Hey guys, it's Amy here, and today I bring you the unpopular opinions tag. So I really enjoy watching these kind of videos, the unpopular opinions of my fellow booktubers, so I thought I would add my unpopular opinions as well. As most people say at the beginning of these videos, these are just my opinions. If they're not the same as your opinions, I'm really sorry, but hey, life would be really boring if we all like the same thing. I don't think I was tagged to do this by anyone, so let's just crack on with the questions. Question number 1 is a book or book series that you didn't like, and I'm going to say Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I really didn't like this book. I know this one is a very popular one on BookTube, and I'm sorry if this is one of your favourite books. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like the humour. It was just not my kind of humour at all. I didn't find it funny, and I just got annoyed with most of the characters by the end. I just didn't like it. I know a lot of people really enjoy this book, so I'm sure there's a lot of you out there right now that are just screaming at me, but I'm really sorry. I just didn't enjoy it, and I probably won't go and see the film either. I just have no interest in it, really. So that's question number 1. Question number 2 is a popular book or book series that everyone else seems to hate but you love, and I'm going to answer in a really peculiar way. I'm going to say The Lord of the Rings, and I know hundreds of millions of thousands of people love The Lord of the Rings, but I think a lot of people, especially from BookTube that I've seen, enjoy the films of The Lord of the Rings a lot more than they have enjoyed the books, or they haven't bothered reading the books because they enjoyed the films so much, or they tried to read the books and they didn't enjoy it so they went on to the films instead. I think that's just the thing that has occurred because the films are so fantastic, and I love the books and the films kind of equally. I think they're so good, but I would say that the books are just so close to my heart. I love them so much. They're just fantastic. I don't really know if that's a fair answer for that question because I know a lot of people don't hate or really dislike The Lord of the Rings, and I wouldn't say that I really know of any books that people hate anyway. Sorry, that was a really crap answer. I'll just move on to the next question. Question number 3 is a love triangle where the person ended up with a person you didn't want them to be with, or an OTP that you didn't like. So I'm going to be a bit vague with the answer on this one just in case you haven't read or seen what I'm talking about. For the love triangle one, I'm going to say Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. I didn't want her to be with the person she ended up with. I wanted her to be with the other person. And for the one true pairing, I think I'm going to have to say Angel and Buffy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because I think a lot of people consider Angel and Buffy to be the one true pairing of that show, and I'm just gonna, no, it's just no. I don't believe it. Spike and Buffy all the way. Question number 4 is a popular book genre that you rarely pick up. I have to say crime or horror. I'm just really bad with scary things. I can't do scary books. I terrify myself to the point where I have panic attacks and things. It's just not nice at all. I really can't cope with scary things. I have a very vivid imagination, and it's like my brain just likes to scare me when I need to go to sleep and stuff, and it's just not good. I read the Ring trilogy, which was the Japanese translation, when I was about 13 or something, and it absolutely terrified me. I will never pick up horror books ever again. Don't ever recommend them to me. I'm never going to read them. Question number 5 is a popular or beloved character that you do not like. This is another really difficult question, and I'm going to have to give a really crap answer again. I'm going to say Arya Stark from A Song of Ice and Fire. This is why this answer is really crap, because I actually really do enjoy Arya's story in the books, but I really don't like Arya in the TV show. And I don't know why. It may be because of the actress. I don't know. I just don't like Arya in the TV show, and I imagine her completely different in the books, and I really like her story in the books. That was a really rubbish answer again. I really struggled to think of anyone who I really didn't like. Let me know down below if you have popular characters that you really hate, because I struggle to think. Question number 6 is a popular author that you can't seem to get into, and I'm going to say Cassandra Clare. I tried to read the Mortal Instruments. I read the first couple, I think, and tried to get into the third. I just didn't enjoy it. I found it to be quite tedious to read. I didn't enjoy the writing style. I found it to be very blah. I just didn't enjoy it at all. Saying that though, I did read The Infernal Devices, and I did enjoy those, so I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just because those were written after and the writing style had improved. I'm not sure, but I really didn't like the Mortal Instruments. In fact, I'm going to give my editions away to a charity shop, I think, because they're taking up room on my shelf, and I know I'm never going to pick them up again. Question number 7 is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing, i.e. love triangles and things like that. The thing that I'm going to go for is in series or trilogies, usually in trilogies when we have like a pairing, like two people who are totally in love, and in the first book it's all happy days and stuff's happening, and then in like the second or the third book, usually the second book, the pairing gets like torn apart, and then they spend like the whole book away from each other, and they're then having to like fight to get back to each other. I find that really annoying. I just find it a really annoying thing that happens, because I usually really enjoy the main couple being together, and they've just got together and they've just succeeded in like being together and it's all great, and then they just get torn apart for some usually ridiculous reason, and then they spend the whole book away from each other, and then you have to wait until like the third book, or like right near the end of the third book, until they're back together again. I don't know, it's probably a really great plot device and it probably moves the story on a lot further, but it just really annoys me when they are split apart and you have to watch them separately struggle and like pine about each other and just want to be together for the whole book, and then you know they're going to be reunited, and it's just annoying. I find it annoying. Question number 8 is a popular series that you have no interest in reading. I have quite a few. I have no interest in reading the Delirium trilogy, the Shatter Me something, whatever that is, the Throne of Glass ones. I started Legend by Mary Lou. Don't have any interest in reading that anymore. I don't know, there's probably loads that I have no interest in, but I just don't tend to think about them because I have no interest in them. Question number 9, the final question, is the saying goes the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show do you prefer over the book? 2 answers for this, and it is Pretty Little Liars and The Vampire Diaries. I have attempted to read the books of The Vampire Diaries and Pretty Little Liars, but that was after I had started watching the TV show, and I just couldn't get into them. Couldn't get into them at all. I absolutely adore both The Vampire Diaries and Pretty Little Liars. I think they're both really great shows, and so I just don't think I'm ever gonna read the books of them ever. Okay, so those were my answers. I hope I haven't upset anyone. I'm sure I haven't, because I know you're all very sensible people and you'll know that this is just my feelings on things. But please do let me know down below if you have any answers to these questions, or if you disagree with me on anything. I'm not going to tag anyone, as I think most people have done this tag already. As always, I will leave links to Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, everything I mentioned today down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye! So the first thing I read this week was actually a graphic novel, and it was Low Volume 1, The Delirium of Hope. This is a book set far in the future when the surface of the earth has become